I used to believe that getting rich meant grinding harder, waking up at 4 a.m., pushing through exhaustion, but after overcoming six-figure debt to becoming a millionaire in my 30s, I realized that's not what actually makes people wealthy. What truly builds long-term wealth are tiny habits, small, repeatable actions that seem insignificant at first, but over time compound into massive financial gains. And in this video, I'm giving you the exact 18 habits that completely transform my finances and my life with easy ways that you can apply them too. Number 1, build before you binge. So here's a question. Are you spending more time watching success or actually building it? I used to think that getting more information was my key to getting ahead. So I spent all of my time binging content, and then I read something that completely blew my mind. According to data from Statista, Americans consume around 8 hours of digital media per day. TV, social media, streaming, podcasts. That is the equivalent to an entire workday. But the people who are actually truly successful don't just binge, they build. Most people think they don't have enough time, but in reality, they unconsciously spend all of their time consuming. So take a look at your screen time right now and ask yourself, what could I achieve if I took even 50% of that screen time and allocated it to creating? For every 1 hour you binge, take 30 minutes to build something. Brainstorm 5 content ideas on a specific topic, write a short email, a newsletter, record a short video sharing a valuable lesson, and then do a regular audit at the end of the week, checking your screen time and compare how it stacks up to what you've created for the week. Number 2, priority power hours. Have you ever felt like you're constantly rushing from one task to the next, and at the end of the day, you look back and you wonder if you've actually accomplished anything? Like, no matter how much you do, there's never enough time to get it all done. That feeling of frustration, knowing that you were busy all day and not truly productive, it can be exhausting. Research shows that constantly shifting between tasks actually reduces productivity by 40% because your brain takes time to refocus after every switch. I used to do this all of the time. And then I discovered this little hack to productivity called priority power hours. So instead of bouncing between tasks all day, I'd block out dedicated time for deep work on the most important priorities. So to do this, find your peak energy times. This is the time you have the most energy throughout the day, in the most level of focus, and batch similar tasks together during those times. So whether that's responding to emails or recording videos, keep your work in dedicated blocks of time. And then eliminate distractions during those work times. So turn off your notifications, close tabs, set boundaries. So for example, instead of answering emails all day long, I dedicate 2 specific time blocks to handle them all at once. This way, I get through them way faster without breaking my focus. The goal isn't to work more, it's to work more intentionally. And if you find yourself constantly procrastinating to get things done, stay tuned because later in this video, I share with you the exact secret to killing procrastination. Next is practice gratitude daily. So at first I thought journaling gratitude kind of felt a little bit cliche, but then I came across Dr. Robert Emmons' research, which shows that gratitude not only boosts happiness, but also improves physical and mental health. So I started a simple habit. Before every night when I go to bed, I jot down one thing I'm grateful for. And so I use physical notebooks because I love the power of writing things down by hand. It really helps me process, it really helps me reflect more deeply. But if you prefer digital, there's apps like the 5-minute journal or Grateful, a gratitude journal. These are all great options. So set a 5-minute reminder in the evening to write down one thing that made you smile today. One thing you're grateful for. Next, upgrade your inner circle. And so there's a saying I heard from Dan Pena, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And the more that I've studied success, the more I realize how true this actually is. If you are constantly surrounded by people bringing you down and speaking negativity into your life, that will rub off on you, whether you realize it or not. Because successful people focus on growth, how to build wealth, how to solve challenges, how to create more. And so when you upgrade your circle, the byproduct is you're upgrading your thinking. So here's a challenge. Get out of your comfort zone. Put yourself in a new environment. Attend networking events. Join masterminds. Simply hang around where successful people spend their time because proximity is power. Reduce the time you spend around people who drain your energy. You don't have to cut off like everyone in your life completely, but you do need to limit their influence over you. The truth is your environment is either pushing you forward or it's holding you back. Number 5, upgrade upgrade your money mindset on autopilot. This is listening to audiobooks while you're doing mundane tasks. Think about how much time you spend on autopilot doing things that don't require a lot of thinking. Washing dishes, commuting, folding laundry. That's prime learning time. So instead of letting it just slip away unconsciously, use it to feed your mind to upgrade your knowledge. I do this all of the time, and it's one of the most impactful habits I've built. Jim Rohn famously said, "Formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune." If you don't know where to start, here's 3 of the best audiobooks to get you going. Number 1, The Psychology of Money. Understand how emotions and habits shape financial decisions. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a classic on shifting your mindset from earning a paycheck to building wealth. And Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Learn how to rewire your financial beliefs for success. Next is Future You Check-In. Let's be real, we all check our phones first thing in the morning. It's basically a reflex at this point. But what if instead of mindlessly scrolling, you used that moment to reprogram your mindset for success? Organizational psychologist and author of Be Your Future Self Now, Dr. Hardy, teaches that your current identity is shaped by the future you are most connected to. He says your intended future self should direct your current identity and personality far more than your future self does. So here's the habit. Every morning when you reach for your phone, ask yourself, what would future me want me to do today? It's small, it's fast, but it's backed by science. Next is make it measurable. At the start of every new project, I don't just set general intentions, I make the outcome measurable. Because the more clearly you define your goal, the easier it becomes to track progress and stay on course. So instead of saying, I want to get healthier, set a measurable goal. I will lose 15 pounds by December by working out 3 times a week and tracking my meals. It's measurable. Instead of saying, I want to grow my business, say, I will increase my revenue by $50,000 this year by launching a new service and acquiring 10 high-ticket clients. Measurable. Next is the Millionaire Mind Hour. See, most people stay physically busy to avoid the mental effort of thinking. They wake up, rush to their to-do list, put out fires all day, and then crash into bed only to repeat the cycle tomorrow. But some of the most successful people have discovered the importance of dedicated thinking to create ideas. So Bill Gates, a man with a net worth of $108 billion, takes a Think Week twice a year, an entire week dedicated solely to reading, strategizing, and generating big ideas. Many of Microsoft's biggest innovations came from these deep thinking sessions. And while you may not have a whole week to step away, you can dedicate even just an hour a week to thinking time, a space to zoom out and actually design your life and create your best ideas. So here's some great reflection questions for that hour. What's working? This could be in your business, your finance, your habits, your relationships. What's not, and what small change could fix it? Where am I wasting time, money, and energy? What's my next big move? Okay, this isn't just reflection, it's strategic thinking. Next is the 10,000 per hour rule. Most people stay broke because they spend their time on $10 tasks instead of $10,000 tasks. So here are the 4 types of work. $10 tasks. These are checking emails, running errands, mindless admin work. $100 tasks, basic client work, social media posting, minor business tasks. $1,000 tasks, sales calls, launching products. $10,000 tasks, building scalable income streams, making high-value deals, and investing in assets. Most people spend their time stuck in the $10 to $100 range. Meanwhile, wealthy people laser focus on the 10,000 per hour activities. So audit your task list right now and ask yourself, what am I doing daily that's a $10 task? Can I automate it, eliminate it, or delegate it? What's my highest value skill or opportunity? How can I spend more time on that? Example of a 10,000 per hour tasks are creating a digital product that sells on autopilot, building high ticket offer instead of chasing low ticket sales, investing in skills that multiply your income long term. Next, letting go of outside validation. Everyone seeks validation from others at some point, and breaking free from that habit is one of the hardest things to do. But when you do, you start taking bigger risks and stepping into new opportunities without hesitation. So whenever I find myself focusing on the opinions of others, I ask myself, will this person's opinion affect my success a year from now? This completely reframes that momentary doubt from shifting the focus from their perspective of this person to the perspective of your mission. Most of the time, their opinion doesn't hold a lot of weight when you look at the bigger picture of your overall goals, values, and vision. Next, the success vault. Most people make mistakes and move on. Successful people document, analyze, and profit from them. So here's the truth. Every mistake contains a money lesson. If you don't capture it, you are doomed to repeat it. Think about it. Have you ever had a tough conversation but then didn't reflect on how you could have communicated it better? Have you ever wasted time on the wrong client but then didn't reflect on the red flags? Have you ever started a new habit and then reflected on what made it hard to stick with? See, here's the solution. After every win or fail, take 2 minutes to answer 3 simple questions. What worked? What action led to success? What didn't? And what will I do differently next time? This is the golden insight that prevents repeating the same mistakes over and over again. It's like creating a personal success playbook. You don't make the same mistakes twice. Next is move your body daily. If there's one habit that can boost your energy, sharpen your focus, and increase your success, it's moving your body. Jim Rohn says, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. And the science backs this up. Regular exercise actually increases productivity by 15% and reduces workplace errors by 30%. Employees who exercise regularly report 21% increase in concentration and 41% boost in motivation and work. So go for a walk, stretch, lift some weights, do anything that boosts your activity. Bonus points if you do it outside because the sun actually boosts your mood, vitamin D production, and hormone regulation. Next, the 2-minute power move. This is the secret to killing procrastination before it kills your momentum. Most people think procrastination is about laziness, but it's not. It's about friction. The harder a task feels, the more we delay it. But here's the trick. Most tasks aren't actually that hard. They just seem big in our minds. So the concept of the 2-minute move is associated with Lizzie Williamson, a speaker, author, and founder of 2-Minute Moves. She advocates for incorporating quick 2-minute exercises into daily routines and boosting energy and well-being. Also, the 2-minute rule, popularized by David Allen in his book Getting Things Done, talks about a similar concept. So what's it all about? If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Why? Because small delays turn into big distractions. That email you answer later becomes a pile of unread messages. The dish you put off turns into a messy kitchen. The idea that you write down for later gets forgotten. So here's where it gets powerful. Momentum works both ways. Tiny delays create the habit of avoidance. Tiny actions create the habit of execution. So for example, emails. If it's a quick reply, send it now. Decluttering. Put that one thing away immediately. If it's a follow-up, send the message right away instead of thinking about it. This creates the habit of execution. Next, bet on yourself. You want to know the one investment that's always recession-proof? You. Warren Buffett, the renowned investor, emphasized the importance of personal development, stating the most important investment you can make is in yourself. He believes that enhancing your own abilities yields returns that cannot be taxed or diminished. Because when you level up your income, your opportunities and freedom level up too. Think about it. A single new skill can 10x your earning power. The right book can shift your mindset and unlock new possibilities. One course or mentor can shave years off your learning curve. And so focus on shifting into the investor's mindset. Broke people ask, how much does this cost? Wealthy people ask, what's the ROI on this? And so here's what you can do today. Set a learning budget. Even if it's $50 a month, put money into books, courses, or mentorship right now. Commit to one self-investment. A book, a course, a mentorship, anything that can actually help you make that future you more valuable. Next, the 1% learning rule. If there's one habit that separates the top 1% from everyone else, it's this. They never stop learning. Seriously, think about the most successful people that you admire. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages a day. Elon Musk taught himself rocket science through books. Now, I'm not saying that you need to become a walking encyclopedia overnight, but I am saying this. If you're not learning daily, you're staying stuck daily. So here's the habit. Spend 30 minutes a day learning something that increases your value. And let's be real, you likely already spend this 30 minutes scrolling through social media or watching Netflix. And so if you want to try this out, for the next 7 days, commit to 30 minutes of intentional learning daily. No excuses, no skipping, just show up and grow. Next is reverse engineer your payday. You want to make more money? Money follows value. Value comes from skills. Wealthy people focus on high income skills that make them irreplaceable. So what are high income skills? Things like copywriting, sales, speaking, investing, digital marketing. Pick one. Pick a high income skill and then find an expert in that skill. Follow them. Read their books. Watch their content. Dedicate 20 minutes a day to mastery of a new skill and apply what you learn. Start freelancing. Sell a service. Use it in your business. Take action immediately because action builds income. Next, the night before game plan. Most people wake up and immediately react to their day. Rush out the door without a clear plan, but the most productive and successful people plan their routine ahead of time. They start winning the day before it ever begins. So take 5 minutes every night and plan your next day. Write down your top 3 priorities, things that will actually move the needle, move the business, move your finances, move your personal growth. Lay out your clothes the next day. Fill your water bottle up ahead of time. Place your gym bag by the door. Remove friction that makes it easier to start strong. Because when you do, you eliminate decision fatigue, you reduce distractions, and you hit the ground running. Lastly, the idea scroll. Most people use their phones as an escape, wasting hours of mindless content scrolling, but your feed is either making you richer or it's making you dumber. So upgrade your feed in 3 steps. 1, purge the junk. Unfollow accounts that add 0 value. If it doesn't teach you, inspire you, or elevate you, get rid of it. Follow smart money and success minds, entrepreneurs, investors, business strategists, and align with your goals. Use social media to create, not just consume. So sharing insights, engaging with valuable content, and treating scrolling like research for your own success. Unfollow 5 accounts that don't help you grow. Follow 5 that do, because what you scroll shapes your mindset and your future. Making these small changes leads to big progress. That's it. There you have it. 18 tiny habits that will change your life forever. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It really helps out this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.